Bienvenidos a esta presentación de Ser y Estar. This presentation will discuss the differences between ser and estar and look at the different situations in which you use one versus the other. The problem with Spanish students that are studying this topic is that both ser and estar mean to be in Spanish. English only has one verb, to be, so having to distinguish between the two presents the problem. First, let's review the conjugations of ser in the present tense. Soy, eres, es, somos, son are the irregular conjugations of ser and simply need to be memorized. They do not follow the pattern of taking off the ending and adding a new ending. The first situation in which to use ser would be origin. To tell where somebody or people are from, we use ser. To express possession, los tambores son del conjunto means the drums are the band's. To express possession, ser is always used. To express someone's profession, el señor Barlow es profesor tells us that Mr. Barlow is a teacher. We also use ser to express nationality. And this could be different where someone is from, but to express nationality, it's considered a general quality, and ser is necessary. To express general qualities or characteristics, some teachers use the word permanent, but in this example, el hielo es frío, the ice is cold. Some students would say that if it were a hot day, the ice would melt, but a general quality of ice is that it is cold. To identify people or things, we use ser. Those girls are my cousins. As you've studied in the past, to express the time, we use es la or son las, both are forms of ser. To express what the day or the date is, ser is also required. Color would be considered a general quality, and so to express the color of something, we use ser. And finally, a clue that if we have the word de following the verb or a blank on a worksheet, it's most likely going to be ser. De means of or from, and in either of those cases, if something is made of metal, that's its general quality, or if somebody is from somewhere, that is origin. Both of those require ser. Soy de San Juan means I am from San Juan. So now we can review the conjugations of estar in the present tense. Estoy, estás, está, estamos, están are the conjugations. 4 of the 5 conjugations are irregular. The only regular conjugation is estamos. Now the differences of ser and estar are not only the differences that you see in the present tense, but they're also the same in the preterite, the imperfect, the future, and all the tenses. The first situation in which we use estar is location. El libro está en la mesa, the book is on the table, shows the book's location. Salud, health. To express someone's health, we use estar. Cualidades temporales are temporary qualities. Your room is clean today implies that it is usually not clean, but today it is. That's why we need the verb estar. Emotions, or states of being for a person, are going to also use estar. The children are mad requires estar in this example. And the word en is a clue to use estar. En means in or on. Estoy en San Juan shows location, which requires estar. There is a rhyme that helps you remember the uses of estar. How you feel and where you are, always use the verb estar. This rhyme may help you remember the situations in which to use estar, and if any situation doesn't fit into that rhyme, sed is probably what you need. Practiquemos. Mi mamá es una médica. My mom is a doctor. Profession. Sed. Él es de Chile. Él está en Chile. Number 2 tells us origin, sed. Number 3 tells us location, estar. La familia está aburrida en el teatro. Since this is telling us the family's state of emotion or state of being, that they are bored, it's estar. ¿De dónde es usted? This is asking where are you from. We are inquiring about someone's origin, which requires the verb sed. Since atrevidos means daring, that's a personal or general characteristic. We are daring requires the verb ser. Mis amigos y yo somos atrevidos. Cuando estás tú en casa, llámame por favor. When you are at home, call me please. This expresses location, estar. And finally, this is a little bit of a trick question. Sed is required because it is important to be a serious student is a general quality. But we do not conjugate the verb sed because we are saying that it is important to be. To be requires the infinitive. Gracias por ver esta presentación y te deseo mucho éxito.